just like little, you're doing a little thing. It's just constantly, you're kind of like getting it going, and then a little correction, kind of leading it back. It's sort of like, you know, when you first started learning to drive a car, it's sort of the same deal. You know, you start to overturn, and then you're like, oh, back and forth, and then you realize, oh, just a little bit, see what it does, a little bit, see what it does.
Where could I move the seat up a bit?
Yeah, here, I got the airplane. Why don't you slide your seat up a notch? So you remember your handle's right here?
Oh, yep.
And then just put your hand in here and pull. There you go. That's perfect. All right, so we're at the end here. We're going to go mixtures full rich. Prop is going to be high RPM. Boost pump is on. We're going to ready to make the turn. Remember, there's your vent if you need. All right, so it's just going to be, why don't you put your hands on the controls with me, just don't overpower me if anything happens.
Yep.
And we're just going to take off, which you'll see as you feel me pull back just a little bit to lighten the nose. Franklin traffic, experimental 95, Victor Tango's rolling 19, departing to the south. Okay, mixture's up, prop, boost pump, power's coming up. I'm just using a little bit of right rudder to hold it on center line.
Yep.
Power's up. Second good fuel flow. I'm starting to rotate just to lighten the nose. There's 70 knots. She comes right up.
That was cool.
Yeah. All right, heels are on the deck. That's just my way of saying I'm not on the brakes. Everything looks good. Instruments look good. Got a positive ready to climb. I'm going to go through my climb checklist. So power's going to come back. I'm going to reduce it to 25 inches. All right, we'll go up to 3,500 feet. See how bouncy it is.
Yeah.
All right, so you got the, so just, why don't you, see that's St. Albans Bay right there?
Yep.
We're going to climb up on this thing, let's climb up 3,500 feet. We'll just kind of point it in the general direction of St. Albans Bay, and we'll kind of climb up. And you want to keep, the thing you're looking for is to maybe a little bit nose down, because you're going to control airspeed by how much you pull back on the nose. So we want to fly at 115, I'm sorry, 125. So let's set 125. So let's let it accelerate a little bit.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Good morning, Burlington. Approaching experimental 95, Victor Tango.
Experimental 95, Victor Tango, Burlington approach. Good morning, is that a request?
Out of Franklin County, north practice area for about 30 mics. Flight following if I could.
Experimental 95, Victor Tango, Roger, squawk 0235. The Burlington altimeter is 2980.
0235, 2980.
Blue Streak 5616, contact Burlington Tower 18.3, have a good day.
All right, nice job.
16, you do the same. Number 5, Victor Tango, radar contact 5 miles south of Frank County Airport to maintain VFR in the north practice area.
95, Victor Tango. All right. We got 500 feet to go for 3,500. That's just our target for today. For right now.
That was a bit bumpy back there, actually.
Yeah, what happens is you get a little bit of wind. You see the winds from the southwest. It comes off those mountains. It's sort of like water in a stream.
Right.
So it causes a little bit of bump.
Altitude.
Basically, if you look at clouds, if you get above the clouds, it's probably going to be smooth. If you're below the clouds, you can get a little bump.
I see.
All right, nice job leveling off. If you need to, if it gets to be a lot of stick pressure, you can go forward or back on that.
11 o'clock, 5 miles. Currently same direction is at 6,200. They'll be descending momentarily and turning to the southwest. Is that Air 7? Experimental 5, Victor Tango, traffic at your 2 o'clock, 5 miles, maneuvering Skyhawk at 3,000.
Looking.
Altitude.
Skyhawk 3, Bravo Tango, traffic. Presently at your 12 o'clock, right over St. Albans Bay is an experimental 3,700 maneuvering.
Copy, will be looking through Bravo Tango.
How often do you fly?
Once a week or twice a week. Like this week it'll be, I flew 2 little flights yesterday and then today. So if you want, let's, we're a little high, we're at 4,000 feet, but let's just stay there, that's fine. Okay, switch. So why don't we try a turn to the, let's try a turn to the, yeah, let's go left. Let's do a turn to the left. And there you go. So you're going to put just a little bit of left rudder in as you go. And we won't go into the clouds. We'll just go to basically pointing at Arrowhead Lake there. And then we'll reverse our turn. Nicely done. Now, you're still climbing a little bit, so just push your nose down just a tad. And if you look over here, you can kind of get a little bit of a preemptive. So if you're climbing or descending, you can see that thing there. It's a little bit more sensitive than the altimeter.
Yep.
So just, there you go. Now you can try coming back to the right. And we'll point out toward the islands. The Cessna,
Minimum.
something else waiting to land.
Troy 036, runway
89, it's a little fast. We're slowing.
Line up away, runway 15. Troy
So if you look, what I'm doing is I've got the power back. I'm just kind of holding it. I'm holding it off, holding it off. Then I'm going to hold the nose wheel up just a little bit and let it come down on center line. And just a little right of center line. And maybe could have held it off just a tad longer. Power's coming up.
Heading runway 15, clear for takeoff.
And they told us to go runway heading.
Traffic.
Fricker 3447 Burlington.
We'll do one lap and then we're going to go back up to Franklin County.
3447.
Sounds good.
Your discretion, make left close traffic runway 15 and climb to pattern altitude 1,800. Traffic on final 19er.
Okay, left close 1.895 Victor Tango.
Troy 036, when able, fly heading 120. 90, runway.
Alright, so let's see, do we see any F-35s on the flight line? I don't actually.
3447. 0 Victor Tango, traffic passing overhead left to right, a experimental 1,800. Runway 19er, cleared for the option on the go fly runway heading. 5 Victor Tango, the Cherokee's just off your right wing there on final for a 19er.
Yeah, 95 Victor Tango's looking. Oh, got him in sight.
Altitude.
5 Victor Tango, we can resume normal pattern altitude, reference the Cherokee, extend downwind.
Okay, 95 Victor Tango.
Troy 036, contact departure.
Traffic.
Fricker 3447.
Alright, so we'll do this one, then we'll head back, but this will be good. We get to go out a little bit farther, we'll get to see a little bit more.
Sounds good.
And Baron 2 Juliet Hotel, Burlington.
There's the Winooski Middle School, or High School.
2 Juliet Hotel's ready. Juliet Hotel, runway 15, line up and wait. Traffic on the downwinds, experimental, and traffic on final 19er.
Line up and wait, runway 15, 2 Juliet Hotel.
Make sure prop goes pump.
Cherokee 2 Victor Tango, no need to acknowledge traffic on position 15, Baron.
Altitude.
5 Victor Tango, left base approved.
95 Victor Tango, turn left.
Or 5 Victor Tango, I can give you that lane clearance now. Runway 15 cleared for the option on the go fly runway heading.
Okay, clear for the option, runway heading 95 Victor Tango. Alright, so if you put your hand on the stick, we'll fly this one together.
Sounds good.
So we got a little bit of wind from the left. As we come on down, we can kind of see what I'm looking out there.
Cherokee 0 Victor Tango, at your discretion,
About
make right close.
10 knots fast, we should be about 80, so we're going to slow just a little bit.
0 Victor Tango.
But if you look on the right, you can see that there's some lights, red, 2 white means you're on flight path, all red would mean you're down below. We're going to go a little down below because that's actually for an instrument approach that's going to get you back, basically where those big white mark is on the runway. And we'd like to touch down just a little before that. We're just going to worm our way over to the center line. We're just a little right, making sure we're straight. And you can kind of always get a little bouncy. You can always tell you got all that kinds of crap.
Yep.
At the end of the runway, it causes the wind to do weird stuff. So here we are coming down. Just going to hold the nose back, hold it off, hold it off.
Angle, push.
Oops, that we bounced. Oh, terrible.
Push.
That was me. That wasn't you. Alright, so I kept looking at Camel's Hump out there with the snow on it.
Malbird, November 297, Papa Mike, inbound for 15.
Okay, there's 70 knots. We're rotating.
5, clear to land. Good 15, that's Papa Mike.
And then it was coming up.
Zero Victor Tango, runway 19er, cleared for the option on the go fly runway heading.
World. Franklin traffic 95, Victor Tango's in the left base, turning left base for 19, Franklin County. Alright, so landing checklist, make sure prop boost pump is on, landing check. We're going to do a full flap landing here.
Franklin County Airport. Automated weather observation 1628 Zulu, weather, wind 230 at 5, visibility 10,
Laps over speed.
8,000, scattered,
Laps over
temperature
speed.
16 Celsius, dew point 1, altimeter 29er, 79er.
Okay, flaps are down. You can see the nose position a little bit different.
County traffic, Cessna 150, Victor Tango, 8 miles to the south, will be overflying midfield at 2,300, and then descending to the west, coming back in for left downwind, runway 19.
Just a little bit right to left wind.
Angle, push. Angle, push.
Oh, I gotta see it. Alright, so you know what I'm going to do is, I think it'll mess up your mom if we taxi down to my hangar and just put it away.
Sounds good.
Alright. As you get into it, you know, you'll see you got 4 years to decide, you know, and when you get to Norwich, you'll see whether you like it or not. I think it's good. You're going to get to see the, I really didn't, interestingly enough, I didn't like the military part of it at Norwich, or at Maine Maritime. I hated it, to be honest.
Yep.
You know, I getting yelled at your freshman year, and, you know, there was still some hitting involved back then, and really didn't like that, and, but, you know, for me, it was worth it. The way it was is I had a Navy ROTC scholarship, and it was kind of different back then. They had, like now, a lot of the colleges, if you have an ROTC scholarship, they match and give you free room and board. I had, I wasn't that great of an athlete, but I had, these guys offered me, here, I'm just going to put it down.